Do you like newer and vintage Hot Wheels, Matchbox, and other die-cast cars? That's cool because I do too. You've landed on YouTube's newest channel dedicated to these little cars. They don't cost much and you're not going to get rich buying and selling them, but they are pretty special and fun to collect. We're going to go ahead and get started on today's video, which is a review of this Kojak car from 1976. It's a Corgi. So check out this copper-colored Buick Regal. It's a Kojak version from the 1970s and it's made by Corgi Cars. It is made in Great Britain. It's part of their homage to TV shows of that day from the 1970s and such. Some of these came in packages with figurines of the characters themselves. Of course, you recall Kojak was the famous detective who was bald and always sucked on a lollipop. But I digress. So my favorite features of this car are its simple, no-nonsense replication of a standard vehicle of the day. This particular model that I've got in my hands, you can tell it's not a pristine car. It's got a lot of patina on it, but I love that. That's one of the things I really appreciate about it. Another one of the things that I like about this car is the red light. It signifies, its purpose as a police car. So I really appreciated that. And also I loved the specifically and specially formed bumpers and grille, and then the painted tail lights. Really nicely done. So now let's give it some grades and ultimately build an overall TIMScore. We're going to start with uniqueness, talking about things like rarity, its age, any licensing tie-ins, meaning is it a special edition? Or is it an edition featuring a particular brand, a movie, or a special TV show, which this one does. And so this car itself is nondescript. It's a Buick Regal. The fact that no other die-cast manufacturers took a stab at this model at the time makes it a pretty unique find. Used ones online go for as little as $10, but new ones with figurines go for well over $150. I'm giving it a unique score of 7. Now let's talk about how well the car is presented. So with this particular car, the presentation is honestly pretty mediocre. It's extremely lightweight. Even though it's metal, the casting almost feels plastic. It does indeed have a plastic bottom. No year is stamped on the bottom. It has really standard wheels, no flexibility, not much flexibility rather in the suspension. Somewhat messy castings. If you get really close on some of the curves and lines on it, there's some drippings. But I do appreciate the red light, the tail lights, and then the grille features. I'm giving it a presentation score of 5. So lastly, let's talk about nostalgia. This is my fun score. This is where I throw the rules out the window and I score it based on how much I personally like the car. Things that drive this score are the nostalgia that it evokes for me personally. Memories and the fun times that I had with it. Or it may be a car that doesn't particularly check all the boxes from a collectability or workmanship perspective, but I appreciate the intent of it. Or it may be a car that's totally not my cup of tea, but again, I appreciate what it's meant to be. So from a nostalgia perspective, 1970s nostalgia for me is really personal. I'm a Gen X. It evokes my childhood TV. And the fact that not many people have this model make it pretty darn special. I'm giving it a nostalgia factor of 8. Grades of 7, 5, and 8 give it a TIMScore of 6.7. Nostalgia saves the day. What do you think?